Guys, I just totally cut off Turbo right before we went live.
I had to chug that so fast.
That's what I was like.
Like,
Chug it, bro.
He's like, chug it. Yeah. So how was y'all's weeks, man? Did y'all enjoy the spooky podcast last week? Was that fun for you guys?
That was fun and
enjoyed it.
inspirational.
I watched it live on my way to San Jose. So
Nice,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, I watched that
Any-
Pandemonium
I have
movie.
a-
That was good.
I-
Pandorum.
I have a thing
Yes.
that holds my phone.
Oh,
Yeah.
speaking of that, I started watching Pandorum, and then I realized I already saw it. Like, oh, I've seen this. It was pretty good.
Yeah, dude. I knew you would like it. I knew you'd
Yeah.
vibe on that. So
Well, speaking
Yeah.
of vibing, there were some game suggestions. Thank you, Turbo. Observation, Fort Solis, and of course, Becoming Human. And I have played all three since then. I mean, I
Yeah.
played and finished Observation, a new top game for me. Holy crap, it's amazing. Fort Solis, right up there as well. Not quite top tier, but close. And then started Becoming Human and Detroit Become Human. Great suggestions last week and found some good prices, knocked some games out. So yeah, it was great, man.
Heck
Yeah.
yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed them. Because again,
Oh, dude.
people sleep on those games, and you
Very
can
much.
see it in my Twitter posts and when I talk to people. I can't say enough about those two games, but like, especially Observation.
Oh man.
It calls back to like old sci-fi, like
Yep.
good writing.
Yep.
Yeah, loved it.
dude, but
I've got a
Detroit
couple
Become
good horror
Human
games that I've
is-
been playing.
Yeah, what you been playing?
Well, lately I've been playing a lot of Tarkov and The Last of Us.
I saw that on Steam.
Tarkov.
Too much of a pain
Before
train
you,
for me.
I'm gonna say this: you can't bag it until you try it.
I tried it.
And
I didn't like
don't
it.
worry, I saw your tweet about a game that you were like, not my kind of game, and I was like, how was that not your kind of game?
Delta Force. It's like a
but I've been playing
higher.
Battlefield.
Yeah, it's a higher like
you
PUBG
played
slow
a
motion.
demo of it, right?
It's just too slow for me, man.
You played
It's
a
just-
demo version.
It's
I'm
Yeah, play with
over
friends.
those type
Yeah,
of
play with
games where it's
friends.
inventory management, man.
well, Delta Force is.
Or wait, were you playing the
inventory
Tarkov?
management.
Were you playing the arcade Tarkov version?
I guess I don't know. I just picked one of the modes and I started playing it, and I was like, "Yeah, this is not for me."
Oh, play the one that's like Battlefield. It literally is a Battlefield clone. It's a lot faster paced. It's really
Yeah,
good.
play the multiplayer. If you played the extraction version, then yeah, no, I know that's not
Okay,
going to be
then
the game
I
for you.
then I
no,
may
play
have
the
to
multiplayer.
retry that.
Mule,
have
you
to
didn't do your
re-download it.
research. That is not like you.
But it's basically Battlefield. That's the thing. It's a not as good Battlefield.
It's
Yeah.
it's
So
on
do
par
I.
though, weapons wise, and like the attachments and the leveling up. It's good. You'll like it, but play with
Equal
friends
to
too.
getting killed and not knowing where you're getting killed from. It's right on par with Battlefield.
Okay, I
Yeah.
still have it downloaded, so I should be able to get back into it. I was just double checking.
Nice.
But
Well,
let's see. I got to install it later, but I just got Funko Fusion because that's on sale, and I like Funko Pops. But
There
I've
you go.
been playing. Let's see. I just finished Horizon Zero Dawn. But let's see. Where's the game that I was just playing?
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Where did it go? Hold on. I've been playing a scary game where you play with friends and it picks up on your mic,
Oh, we talked
and
about
it
that.
is very.
what's it called?
Well, this was. I'm trying to find.
Oh,
where
is
it's
that
at.
I think I saw a TikTok
Panicore.
on that. Yeah.
It's called
Say it again?
Panicore. Panicore. Panicore, or Panicore. Like
I know the
panic,
movies
but
that
core.
start like that.
It's anyways. That one has been really good. And then Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. That's a fun one.
Okay.
Yeah. Nobody explodes. So no
I
blow it
played
up.
2 demos as well. Via, since Next Fest dropped like over 200 demos.
A lot of them, but a lot of some are good ones. Some are
Yeah,
indie.
there's like a handful, and most of them were demos of games that I had already wishlist. Spirit of Samurai 2.5D. holy crap, that game is really cool. The story instantly hooks you, samurai action, a little bit of horror baked in there, but for a 2D like scrolling platforming sort
Side
of.
scroller, yeah.
It was really, really cool.
Interesting.
There's save progression and little like RPG. You can unlock various moves like combos, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And also, Snake turned me onto this one. It's called Mandragore. It's a 2.5D side scroller platformer, kind of like I don't want to say Zelda almost. Very RPG. It's like maybe playing Skyrim, but you're on like a side scroller. You have multiple classes, abilities, and a huge like skill tree for a 2.5D game. That blew me away. A lot of fun.
And Lockdown Protocol's been really fun too. We've been having party game nights with that.
Interesting. Some good recommendations there.
Nothing obviously you're interested, I can tell,
then,
Neil. Interesting.
Nope.
Oh, but next Friday, boys.
Black Ops.
Yes, sir.
Just
zombies.
boys,
Black
enjoy.
Ops.
So I already got
Enjoy that.
pre-ordered.
I'm going
Already made
straight
my
on.
social slide. I'm ready.
You don't have to pre-order it. It's on freaking Game Pass.
Well, I
On
pre-ordered
Game
it. I could
Pass,
play in the
day
beta,
one.
No.
and the beta was
You
great.
gotcha.
Yeah, you get it.
Speaking of gotcha,
You still get you got the beta day one also without pre-ordering it on Game Pass.
Save your money, man.
Oh well, I didn't. But
Get
Call
that
of Duty's,
refund, bro.
no, Call of Duty's is one of those games that like the last one. I'll play it. I'll play it
Yeah.
more than most any of the other games. So I can just jump in and play.
Yeah.
And it's I don't want to. I'll want to play it more than 6 months. So I wouldn't do Game Pass just for that game.
Yep.
that's smart.
So those kind of games I buy.
Yeah. I've been playing some Detroit Becoming Human, as I said earlier. And I'm
And
going to be
Valorant?
doing a Let's Play on our
Valorant
channel.
takes up a lot of all that.
I'm going to be doing a Let's Play on our channel, but I've only done a little bit of it. But that game is freaking intense, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I
Mhm.
need to like dedicate like a good solid hour to that
At
game
least.
just because it's like, whoo, I was like, I'm just going to jump in, get 20 minutes and put a Let's Play. And then it was like, boom, holy crap. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
So
this
good,
is-
right? That's why I told
Uh-huh.
people I was like, I bought a PS4 just for that game because it is so good.
It's
It makes
good.
sense now. I always wondered what the hype was. Now I understand.
And you know what sucks?
Yeah,
I only
don't
done one
blame
playthrough, so I downloaded it again on my PS5. But
Yeah.
I don't know how far are you into it.
Wait, what game are we talking about?
Just got onto Detroit Becoming Human. Or Become
okay.
Human.
Couple
I
hours?
just got onto the train.
Okay, perfect. So right at the beginning, where there's that girl and the dad, right? I totally messed that decision up, and the girl died, and so I missed that entire arc of playing with the little girl and like running around, like hiding and sleeping in a car and stuff. I watched someone play it, and I'm like,
dude.
wait, that wasn't in my game.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, but I kept it, kept with it, and kept all the way to the end. But I need to play it again so I can get a different playthrough.
Right.
Yes.
Gosh, that is such a good game.
Nate
I love
sent
how
in Discord his ending of that first mission, and it's totally different than mine.
Mhm.
Like it's like, wow, dude, that game. I love
Yeah.
it. It's like
I got-
KOTOR, but you know,
I got to the
bots.
part where after they escape that house, you talk about Turbo.
Yeah.
And I love how it encourages and pushes you to break protocol to go against your programming.
Yeah.
And it ends up conflicting with your human nature. Man, it's like, it is intense.
It's
is
pretty
good.
intense.
Aaron
Yeah.
was talking about, did I ever play Heavy Rain? Heavy Rain, I bought it because of Detroit Become Human, and it is so difficult to play. I can't get out of the house, the starting house. I'm like stuck. I'm like, I don't know what to
You're
do.
stuck on
And I'm
it.
like,
I
yeah.
had Heavy Rain back in the day on PS3.
Yeah, and I can't get out. I can't. Anyways, it's night and day difference from Detroit. But Detroit, they also made a game called Between Two Souls or something like that.
Yeah, there's like
Um,
3 different ones that they've
That
made.
is good. And there's one that had like William Dafoe in it. So they're all like cinematic movies.
Yeah.
Or games that are like a movie. I like games like that. And what gives me hope for Star Wars Eclipse, because the same people that made Detroit are making Star Wars Eclipse.
Really?
Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh, yes, sir.
Yes.
I'm not getting hyped because the same thing happened with CG Project Red when they made games too. So until We got all hyped on Ubisoft too. I'm sorry, but my faith.
Well,
Hey,
my faith.
Cyberpunk's like one of the best games ever
No,
made.
Yeah.
I mean, no. I enjoyed Cyberpunk, but I'm just saying, like, look at like what the hype was, or look at like with Starfield.
Well,
or
it
look
was
what
hyped
happened
for
with
obvious
everything
reason.
else,
It
like-
was the botched launch that
That
So-
killed it. I mean,
killed it. But
it
I'm
couldn't
glad they
play it on
stuck with
Xbox.
it. But
Yeah, you're not
geez,
gonna fix Starfield. You're not gonna fix Starfield. It's already
No,
Okay.
dude, I
You
but
can't-
I fully
but I'm
admit
just-
I
I
was
blame
so
you,
hyped
Prime.
for that one. Yep. that's
Hey,
all
I
me.
bought it too, but you know what
bought
though? Cyberpunk made the best DLC I have ever played
Dude,
in my life.
Freaking yes.
It's a whole nother game. It's like watching a whole nother movie. It was
Yep.
amazing, and no other game has done that. Like,
Nope.
yeah,
How much
Well,
is it
take
on
that back.
Steam right now,
Same
man?
it's
company.
not much, but I just downloaded a
Um,
bunch of mods for it. I'm gonna go back and finish my playthrough.
Same company. With The Witcher 3, the Blood and Wine DLC was almost an entirely new game. So
Well, that's why I haven't played it, man. I played the first one. I love it. I love Witcher 3. And then I got to the end. I'm like, I haven't downloaded the expansions I already bought. What? So
Oh,
I-
dude, the game.
I still have
It's
to play them.
the
the
second DLC
game
is
right
good,
now.
but
It's still $60, so on Steam, and I don't have it on
crazy.
Steam.
CD keys, man.
if you
Yeah.
all the way, dude.
But
All
I'm
the way.
just,
Yeah,
I'm just gonna say, like, everything so far that's been hyped on Star Wars games. Honestly, I still go back and I play Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2. Like, I enjoy playing almost something more ratchier in graphics just because the storyline and the gameplay is better.
dude.
Because lately, that, like, as much of a Star Wars fan as I am, as much as Mule was for even getting the game,
Trying Outlaws.
I
Yeah,
literally have not gotten Outlaws because I watched Mule play and I was like, dude, this
it's
is.
terrible, dude.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
But
I mean,
um,
they're bringing it to Steam to try to save it, but it's not going to happen.
Hey, I was surprised it wasn't even on Steam. I was like, what? But I
It's
will tell you,
Ubisoft.
if you guys have PS Plus, Rebel Assault 2, which was one of my favorite Star Wars games ever made, it's a cover shooter and it's amazing. And then I realized why I stopped playing it was there's this part where you have to fly the Millennium Falcon in between these like beams, like you're flying out of the Star Destroyer type thing, or the
that one's
and I
hard.
just kept dying. I rage quitted and I was like, I'm done. But it
Yeah.
is an amazing game because I watched my brother beat it, and then the rest of the game's great. But that
Like-
one, there's always that one spot in games sometimes that I just like.
Yeah, that
There you go,
VHS
Aaron.
collection.
There you go.
But
That's
as
good
of,
It's
Star
the
Wars
same one.
content. That's good.
I
Star
have that
Wars
same
content.
one, but it's the gold one, which is like the remake ones. Because my
Yeah.
Star Wars VHS collection was recorded off TV because my parents were cheap.
That has the original Anakin Skywalker in it at the end.
Oh, sweet.
So, yep.
um,
Hey, real quick, before we get more into these games, we need to talk about the gotcha problem in gaming as well. And what is going on with gaming, man? Like,
It's the same as movies. I'll tell you that. Here's what's happening with games and movies. Like I watched this thing, so I was figuring out why are they not making movies that aren't 300 million plus box offices? It's because it costs so much to make that they need a crazy amount of money to then pay for them. And so all they're doing is safe bets. And the thing is right now, Korea, Japan, all the Asian countries, what they're doing is they have these games. They're like slot machines. And this is what really pissed off people when they were doing Overwatch and the box things and Battlefront 2. Was it 2 or
Yeah.
1? Where they did those
Battlefront 2.
because it's gambling, right? And so it's the same thing on these gotcha games. But what they do is they make this amazing, beautiful game. They hype it up. Everybody's excited about it. And they make it free to play. And then what they do is you play the game, but you've got, it's kind of like, what was that game on Apple that was Bejeweled or something? Where you
Oh, dude.
Yeah,
It's
you hit-
made billions of dollars.
because they make it on purpose where you can't get past a certain point unless you actually pay money. And
Mhm.
so that's what they're doing is they're like, they make this incredibly large game that they know that people know they're shutting down in 2 months. So you have to get to the end of it and you can't unless you pay money. And it
Shadow
sucks
Raid
because-
Legends, same way.
exactly. And that's why I've never done those
Dark and
things on
Darker?
Twitch where they're like, we'll pay you money to let people play that because it's just like gambling and I think it's wrong.
I agree.
I don't know. But it's also
Dude.
sucked to play. Like it feels like a mobile game. It does. I don't want to go into a game and click 30 spots to play my game and then wait 10 hours
Right.
to then play
Don't
it again.
This was in 2008, by the way, what I'm putting on the screen. This was in 2008 that they made 300 million just from the first Bejeweled.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
I do like Bejeweled type games sometimes when I'm in the other office, when I'm sitting down chilling. We all do that. You all know you bring your phone.
No,
with
we
you.
don't all do that.
Oh yeah,
You're the people
the
we
toilet
fire.
games, man.
You're the people we
Yeah.
fire.
So
How you in there for a half an hour? Get out of there. There's only
so-
one
My leg's
bathroom.
cramping up, man.
so I have a Game of Thrones one that I play, and I'm like, oh, it's like Bejeweled. I like this.
Oh
Yep,
my
but,
gosh, man.
But what
But,
they're doing is game studios are using those as their money, like their money machine. So then they can produce their other games that have so much DEI in them that they're garbage, and then they wonder why nothing works
But
because
my
their
thing is
business
this,
model is bad.
they get all these money grabber games like this, but yet they fire all their employees.
Yeah,
I
makes
fire-
sense.
They fire their
So-
It's the
employees because their
corporate
games are
playbook,
garbage.
man. It's the corporate playbook. What's going on right now, especially like if you're like myself, I'm trying to start my own business because I can't find another contract job. And so it's the problem is you have these guys that all they look about is shareholders, right? They're looking at the bottom line. And so that's the same thing that's happened in gaming with all these investors, is they're just looking at the bottom line, and CEOs and all these bigwigs, they're thinking, how do I maximize my pay in the short term? Because I heard this the other day on a business podcast. Can't remember. I wish I could remember it so I could tell you who it was. It might have been Ramsey Solutions or something like that. But they said that the average time that a CEO is in charge of a company now is from 1 to 5 years.
Oh,
Well, and that's horrible for the
That's
business.
it. It's
Because you can't have continuity.
there's no long-term vision. And
Well-
so what you have is all these CEOs, and you see this in gaming, that are just maximizing how much they can get paid,
yeah.
and they don't care about anything else. And they drive out all the creatives, they drive out all the people that are really good at producing games and making games, all the developers. I mean, Steve Jobs or whatever said the same thing about Apple. He said all these marketing guys and everybody come in, and then you drive out all the people that know how to make a good product.
Exactly.
So
And the other thing I was thinking about on this too is it reminds me of sports is kind of the same thing, and movies. Even think about so the movie industry, right? Who owns the people that run them, right? It's generally big corporations that have shareholders.
Yeah.
Well, in the last 5 years, there's been a huge rush to video games because they are making more money than movies. And so people saw this
Yeah.
and they said, well, this is the entertainment industry now. So the people that are running these companies are not the creatives that created the companies, right? They're the people that bought them for a bunch of money. So people sold out to them. But then because they sold out to them, they just want to maximize profits. And it's not the people that created, if you create a game and you make a bunch of money, you're the owner of that and you're the owner of the studio and you will continue to make good games. But once you sell out, now you're making games to make the shareholders money. And that's happened. I've seen it time and time again. Even think about esports. All these people came in to buy all these esports teams because they're like, oh, that's where the money's made. And you can see it in sports like F1. You have all these people from Hollywood buying esport or F1 teams or stakes in F1 teams like the Alpine team. And you've got all these different companies doing it as a business venture, not as we love the sport. They're doing it as we love money, and it sucks for whatever medium it's in.
I'm going to chime in on the esport thing because you are 100% correct. Because Hex, the owner of Optic Gaming, and I forgot Evil Geniuses, a lot of the teams when we used to back when I was competing before I moved to Texas to during Call of Duty, we were in World League. Everything was done through game battles. You had to play game battles. Turbo knows this because he had to, when we did his first game battles with us on the team, because I had to drop a player because he couldn't make it. He had to do the game battles thing, and you're always looking at records of every team on there. Mine was getting looked at, but unfortunately, Activision shut it down. But what happened was some NFL, I forgot which NFL, I think it was who owns the Patriots? The Crafts? Is that who it is? Crafts?
No, Crafts, yeah, Patriots, yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
so he put a little chip in the ear to Activision. So Activision, instead of listening to Hex, the owner of Evil Geniuses and one other organization, when we had this awesome thing through game battles, which was the Call of Duty World League, we had over 25,000 players and teams, organizations, whether you were sponsored, whether you're paying out of your pocket to get there. All that's eliminated because they're like, oh, we'll franchise it. Look at how Overwatch worked with Blizzard. The Overwatch League's gone. They still have tournaments, but it's not a league anymore, and it was a franchised thing. Because
Didn't that happen to Apex too? Like that's going that way?
No, Apex. No, they're not. They're not going to franchise out. They'd be stupid to do that. They actually listen to their fan base and team base. They just don't listen to how they want to. It just takes them a while to fix things in the game. But so Call of Duty is under franchise. You have Optic Texas. You have, New York just got bought out by Cloud9, so you have NYC9. You have 2 LA teams. Most of these teams, because let's face it, the West Coast and East Coast servers suck. So now everyone's moving to the central area, whether it's Illinois or Texas, because you have the best servers there.
Yeah, Chicago and Houston.
So I'm gonna say, like Nadeshot, owner of 100 Thieves, his Call of Duty team is relocated to Texas to do online scrims and the online qualifications there, because if you're playing in the West Coast, or look at now they're called the Vancouver Surge instead of the Seattle Surge, they are in the worst place ever for any kind of ping.
Yeah.
And how do you, like, it would be like me versus Mule right now, 1v1. He would have a better server than I would where I'm at right here in California.
$5 on Mule. Let's go. Let's do this.
Maybe one day. No, but like the whole franchising esports is the downfall to any competitive esport, which is why nothing is working. It's really not. But we can make this kind of money. Yeah, but here's the other thing. If I wanted to compete again like I did before and bring in my brand, which you guys know what it is, no self-promotions for me.
No, it's good.
Like No Life Gaming cannot have a competitive Call of Duty sport unless I get someone that can back me with a few mil and that can pay. Well, they just ended the salary pay. Now you can pay them whatever. But this is going to be the start of this year. But at the time, you had to pay your minimum contracted players, not your coach. Your coaches and staff, they can get paid whatever. Your player's salary, if you were a player, you were making a minimum of $50,000 a month playing Call of Duty. And they keep and this was the shortest season they've ever done in COD League ever. So your off season, you're not getting paid, but still, I'm at like
stream, YouTube, whatever.
Yeah. So that doesn't come out of your actual contracted. So if you stream YouTube content on the side, you keep 100% of that.
Yeah.
But I was listening to the Optic podcast and they were talking about it, and it's like, the talk. The talk was, you have basically what your top 4 teams, FaZe, Optic, New York, and LA Thieves will probably be the next one this year since they just got a stacked team on paper. But they were talking, like back in World League, if you didn't make it to final stage or into like the top 3, you walked out with $0, and we were competing for like $5,000. And then you look and it's like, 1.5 mil. Like we were the first episode that we did this during the World Cup of esports. Like it was just like, look at all the money that's going on, and like we're over here like, cool. These some of the games that they're playing, you don't have to have a pro team. You had to qualify for it. Cool. And it's all going away because of an NFL owner wanted to get his hand in the cookie jar. And
it's true, man.
And it eliminated like tens of thousands of players that paid to go compete because they wanted to put a name. Because challengers, no one's looking at challengers anymore. I don't even know why we even have a challengers league in the first place for any sports now.
Yep.
Like they were trying to do it how like soccer is, but that's different. You go to an academy to move up, not to sit down there wondering, hey, am I going to get called up or am I going to get a spot?
Yeah.
So yeah, no.
It's all about money, man. It's all about money. Money makes the world go round.
This is to Nate's comment we see on the screen. This is what happened with Outlaws, right? They had this Jabba the Hutt like DLC that they hid behind, and now no one bought the freaking game. No one's playing it. So it's like, oh, how are you going to make money on your DLC? It's a double-edged sword, man.
Exactly. Well, and that's the thing. I was actually, I posted right after that one. I was like, well, here's my take on it. Because this started with Fortnite. Fortnite I have a bias against Fortnite because I feel like it ruined streaming and gaming because of the battle pass and microtransactions. But my thought is I would rather pay, instead of $60, I'd rather pay $100 for a game that is complete. I would rather have no microtransactions. Give me everything that you have in the game so I can enjoy the game. If a DLC is different though, like if it's another story, it's almost like a sequel, but they don't have to build all the assets. It's just like that. I will pay for that. But microtransactions, I don't care if it's just cosmetics. Like I shouldn't have to, if it's in the game, I don't want to be bothered by that. Like just give me the game, let me enjoy the game and not be bothered by microtransactions, because what you're going to do is you're going to make it a free to play game is what's going to happen. And that free to play game, if you remember Fortnite, it came out with Save the World and the actual BR was separate. Well, Save the World, like they axed it because the BR made the money because of the skins. But the thing is I want a game that's not garbage. I want a good game that you spent money on making the game, not making the microtransactions. That's what I want. I want a Gears of War that has DLC for new maps and new content. I don't want microtransactions.
Oh, you mean like old school Call of Duty back when map packs were a thing, where it's like,
yes and no. Here's my take on this though, because Battlefield is what screwed this up. This is what killed Battlefield in 3 and 4. You cannot separate your player base if you're a multiplayer game. If you're going to do a multiplayer game like that, it needs to be free updates with maps or some way where you don't, because Battlefield 3 and 4, they totally kind of shot themselves in the foot because they're like, we'll buy these map packs. We're like, okay, well, some people bought them, some people didn't. So then the some people that bought the map packs, the player base is now shrunk. So you can only multiplayer with less people. So that was
checked up.
There is the kind of the problem they ran into.
But we didn't have crossplay back then.
No, exactly. So now they do.
I had to buy 2 different copies and 2 different map packs for 2 different systems in order to
But
play.
you didn't care, right? It wasn't that big of a in your mind. Microtransactions irk me more than having to buy it on 2 different platforms. That's only my thought.
Okay, so have you ever played Valorant?
You know, I will tell you about a free to play game that I think I just explained this. I won't play free to play games that are you buy garbage for garbage.
no,
But you played Throne and Liberty.
No, hey, but if I played it and I didn't like it, then I wouldn't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
Right, because I lost no money.
So microtransactions, Valorant, well done. They are very good. They have a very good detection with cheaters, and normally when you obviously get a noticeable one, and their devs will go back and replay like how Counter-Strike does. They can go back and look at the gameplay. They can look at what was typed in chat. They can hear all voice comms. But damn, let me tell you something about their microtransactions. Go look at how much certain weapon skins cost. Weapon skins.
Okay. Okay.
That's like freaking
triggered
Apex,
me to say
dude.
something. That made me think of something. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but that made me think of something. I applaud that 100%, 100 million %, because I play a free to play game called the Finals. There's 2 things about the Finals. One, I completely hate the fact that they probably made the cheats that allow people to cheat to get the free skins and garbage in their battle pass that's free so that they can have a bigger player base. Swear to God, that's what people do. I swear to God. Now, here's the second thing, though. Their paid microtransactions are actually good. I mean, you compare them to Halo Infinite, it is night and day. Like, I want your 80s skin. I want your badass freaking whatever. Dude, I would pay money for that because they're actually good. They're not just like garbage shoulder plates that no one gives nothing about. Like,
look at when we all used to play Rogue Company. Awesome skins. Awesome
skins were good in that.
I'm just kidding.
Like I'm just saying, like there's games that this
Dude,
like
whatever
the
happened
skins
to that game?
Rogue Company? Because, we used to play the crap out of that. It was awesome.
We did.
Yeah.
We would go on winning streak. It got to the point where we would stop playing because we got tired of winning.
All right.
Should we try to bring it back?
We can bring it.
We could bring it back.
I'll reinstall it. I'm gonna lose my certain skin due to certain circumstances of things, but
what's this hashtag not ad thing?
No, hashtag not ad. No, Mule, you should be sponsored by Elysian. They make great IPAs in the Northwest.
Ooh.
This is my third one for tonight. They make Space Dust. This one's called Contact Haze. It's a hazy IPA.
Wait, did you post something on Twitter that showed that earlier? I
No, but
swear
I
to
should
God,
have.
someone seriously posted
Show-
something on Twitter of that same can.
Show this, baby.
Hold
Show
on, hold
me
on,
the
hold on. Let me
goodness
pour
here.
my amazing Oktoberfest glass.
We need to see this.
Okay, hold on. There you go.
There it is.
Yes.
That is
The
cool.
other one I was drinking earlier. Sorry, I'm a couple beers down. Hazy 90, Hazy 96 was the last one I just drank.
Yeah.
And then I had a Coors Light before that. But
Ooh,
yeah, Elysian, whatever. They're so good.
you ever have an 805?
Yeah,
Modelo,
805s are IPAs. I bought them because I was like, oh, this looks like Harley Davidson. And then I'm like, it
hold on,
tastes
did
like
you get
Harley
it?
Davidson.
Did you get it in a can or did you get it in a bottle?
They're only in cans. I think.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
see, you
They
know what?
come in
Hey,
these little square packs of cans.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah,
DM
send me a
you.
pack.
So
Send me
yeah,
a pack.
I got you. Yeah, I got you.
No, but 805, where is that? That sounds somewhere in like the East Coast.
805. I don't know.
805 is Firestone Brewery. They're out here in California. They're about a
Oh.
2-hour drive from south of San Jose.
Santa Barbara. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, there you
And
go.
No.
Ventura
No.
and
They're
See,
St.
it
a
tastes
little-
like homeless people.
No, they have actually really good stuff.
The homeless people. It tastes
Oh
like
my
needles in the
Man.
park. I'm just kidding.
Gee.
No, I will leave all of my Northern California.
Lost turbo
I live
for
in
a second there.
Washington. I live in
His
Washington,
internet
by the
nick.
way. We're
Yeah.
basically Northern California up here.
Yeah. They're
All right,
we,
though.
we basically call them wannabe Canadians. No, I'm just joking.
Oh, dude,
Yes,
this
see,
time next.
Nady knows. Yeah.
I could go down that rabbit hole, but we ain't gonna do that on this.
No,
podcast.
I know. I'm just getting a hard time.
It's all right. It's all right. I'm on the east side of the state, so like the good side.
Okay, I'll come visit you.
All right,
Yeah.
deal.
Let's see. Oh, so other things coming up, which I want to break too. I know Prime was like, meh, whatever. What do you? Let's go back to like the pre-order things of
Yeah.
collector's editions. I tagged you. All I got was a like. I got no reactions. Oh, cool. He's saving
Oh.
it for today. I like this.
Yes. Tell us.
Tell me about. Can you pull the tweet up, or can you find the collector's edition picture for?
Hey, while
Dragon
he's
Age
doing
one?
that, I gotta tell you this. Why he's doing this. Mass Effect 2, you pre-order it. I went to a specific place to pre-order it so I could get the Dragon Age armor for Mass Effect 2.
Yes,
I swear to God.
Neil posted a picture or showed us a picture of.
They need to bring those
when
back.
Pre-ordered it. Yeah.
Yeah,
and
I'm gonna
discs.
pull it up here. Are you talking about for Dragon
You
Age,
paid
right?
for Fortnite?
Yeah,
Steve?
He paid for Fortnite, yeah.
Why? Oh, okay. While they're pulling that
There
up.
it is. There it is.
Anything
There's
about-
the picture.
Okay.
So, it comes with a D&D dice.
It has a potion flask,
looks
enhanced
kinda
die.
cool.
Wait,
But it better not be like
You just
$300.
like
This is like for a no purchase necessary right now. So this
Oh,
is like
it's a like you could win.
a giveaway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they have
Oh,
a
okay,
giveaway.
okay.
They're
So
giving
I
away
wouldn't pay
2
for
right
the
now.
dice.
But
I'll put the link in the chat.
dude, I didn't realize. I like the poster. I love the map. I don't know what an enchanted die.
Are we talking about Dragon Age right now?
So the
Yes.
lyrium dagger is like for mages. So it's like a staff basically, but now they're using a dagger where they can do like melee damage as well with magic. So
I watched a YouTube video today about this because I was trying to I really want to like Dragon Age because Dragon Age Origins, I loved it.
yeah.
I didn't play much of it because I had an Xbox
Exposition
360 and then I
was-
played Mass
Yeah.
Effect. But
It's a
the thing
completely different dev team, but same company.
exactly. But here's the thing about it though. Here's the
Yeah.
thing. So the guy that is the front runner for Dragon Age Origins deleted a bunch of tweets where he literally said
yeah.
at the very beginning, "Hey, listen,
I read that today.
I want to include people and I want to make this the best happy place, blah, 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 DEI, whatever." Literally just spelled out, we're going to make this game DEI, and then deleted all his tweets. Like if he, I don't know.
Man,
I think it's because-
it hurts me to think that blah, blah.
Because they're worried about sales, man. They're apparently, I mean, this is just rumor. Let me make sure you guys know this. Because I am a huge BioWare fan. Like
Yeah.
they're literally just a few miles down the road from where I
And
live. And
yeah,
it's like,
so is Blizzard.
oh yeah. And I love BioWare. Like I've been a fan since when I was in college, man, with KOTOR, when KOTOR came out. But like I think they're scared of the current market and what's going on because there's such a swing back in gaming with like just give me something that's just fun to play and not so laced with whatever you want to say politically. Like I think the problem, like Prime and I, if you will, we were kind of chatting about this in Discord today. I think what's happened is they've gotten so focused on messaging that they've forgotten about the game, if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
just give us a fun game. Like,
Well, it's
that's
like
all we care about.
Well, I'll tell you. I came to this theory, hypothesis, conspiracy theory, whatever you want to call it today, because I watched a couple videos trying to figure things out. Because Wolverine and Deadpool is along the same lines of what's going on. So the demographic of the U.S. has shifted in the last 4 years by like millions of people, right?
Yeah.
So what all these game developers are trying to do is we don't want to alienate all these millions of new people that are in America or other countries. We want to include them in our games so they'll buy them, right? Because that'll help the
Right.
shareholders.
Yeah, it's
That is what
marketing.
I think that's what DEI is all about. Is it's like we want to make sure everybody's included, so everybody feels like they can play the character and they'll buy our game, which then alienates like the people actually buy the game. And the thing is, Deadpool versus and Wolverine were exactly what is a good example of just make it funny, which is what people wanted out of that movie. Make
Yeah.
it funny and
Yeah.
entertaining, and it was, and it killed it. And
Yeah.
and what happened is afterwards, what Disney did is they took that money and they put it like 600 million of it into other DEI projects that are flopping because they're garbage. And Ryan Reynolds is so mad because he's like, dude, we want our movie to use that money to continue what would make it great, but they still don't understand like the concept of like what people want. They're so disconnected, and that's the
Yeah.
problem with the people that have bought the entertainment industry in
Yeah.
video games. Is it's the same people that do the movie industry. Is they think this will make us money because the most people will buy it, and it's 100% wrong.
Yeah.
Well,
the
it's
other
again,
thing is-
it's a disconnect. Sorry, Prime, go ahead.
Oh, it was Jedi actually, but I'll.
Oh, I was like, oh,
Up to
did I
you.
over? No, it's kind of like so. Like my thing is this: stop having to advertise all of that. Just make the game. Like look
Yeah.
at Baldur's Gate 3. You can do whatever you want in that game, whether it's a race, a class, a human, an elf, an orc, a dwarf, or what, blah 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 blah. You can be
Literally,
a male,
everything.
female. You can be a female, male. You can be neutral. You can be what. Not even advertised. They weren't like, oh, like you go into the game, like make the game like how Star Wars was. And no offense, 9 times out of 10, when I play games like that, I play a freaking female character.
Yeah.
Like
Because you want to stare at a chick's ass instead of a dude's for 80 hours. Swear to God, that's why I do it. 100%
compliments.
Shep. Let's
Oh,
go.
I like the compliments, man. I just like getting complimented once in a while.
Yeah.
Like nice pointy ears.
I saw a meme today. Where did I share it? Maybe I didn't. You know,
He typed a lot today, though. I saw all his tweets.
yeah. Sweet Baby Inc. has, you know, they're advertised as a narrative company. Sometimes they will help various things, or they will sometimes be the complete writing team for a game. Well, one game where I think the head person of Sweet Baby Inc. was the main writer for a game, Unknown 9 Awakening, launched today.
What is that? No one knows.
Yeah. It launched with like sub 300 people playing it. It's another one of those games that,
Dude,
it was injected, someone's personal views were injected into writing, and it just, there wasn't an audience for it. I just don't get it. Where's the meme at?
dude, it's the disconnect. It's
Yeah,
because
it's
you have these
disconnected.
guys
Just make
that are
good
looking
games,
at the
man.
bottom. They're looking at the bottom line. They're running it like an investment firm, like a hedge fund or whatever. And they don't care about all the things that developers care about, that gamers care about, that producers care about. So I don't blame devs. I don't blame
Yeah.
those the studios. I blame the people above them because it's always the problem. Here's the thing, man. As you get older and you get in business, and I've worked with different types of businesses throughout my life, you know, even businesses that went on Shark Tank and things like that. And the thing that you learn, whether a business will be successful or not, depends on leadership. It's not always about the product.
Mythic Quest.
It's not about the product. It's not
Yeah.
about any of that. It depends on leadership because it all trickles down from there. If you have good leaders who listen to you and help you implement plans that work, you feel valued at work. When you feel valued at work, you produce a better product. When you produce a better product, you get more sales. When you have joy in what you're
100%.
doing, it oozes out into the brand, and other people pick up on that, and they begin to associate their brand with what you're putting out. Like they'll associate your brand with either being bland and dead or lively and fun.
A lot of that has to do with the age of that leadership, and that's what I've learned in life. I've worked for quite a few different companies, and I've been in high level leadership positions. And the thing I realized since the last 7 years, I've worked for completely garbage companies, that you realize that the people at the top, if they're at a certain it's just like social media. Certain people like Instagram, certain people age groups do Facebook and so forth. Certain types of leadership. Well, the old school 50s leadership doesn't work anymore, and the new school leadership doesn't work either. It needs to be somewhere in the middle where you still have hard work, but you show your appreciation for them, and you reward them for that. And the problem with a lot of these companies, and that brings me back to this BioWare thing. So I was watching this video today, this YouTube guy, where he showed everybody from BioWare who has quit.
Left. Yes, I saw the same video.
You saw the same
I mean,
one?
they're
And I
working
was
on a different game that's going to be amazing.
Everybody. That's why Exodus is going to be amazing, and all of the BioWare games. I'm really scared that they may not. I hope so. I really hope. But Casey left. He was the Mass Effect OG.
I've met the dude. The dude,
pretty much all the senior and OG staff from early Mass Effect and early Dragon Age, they're all gone.
So the new ones are going to be a new crew of people.
It's new, younger, and some are going to stay. Some want to stay true to their fanship. Some are going to do their own thing, and it makes me worried too, man. I just don't know.
But that goes back to your with what you would do if you work in a culture you're not. If you're working on a game, that's what happened with Dragon Age. Dragon Age has been through a bunch of garbage, but all the people that were in Dragon Age were like, "Oh, this is garbage. I don't want to be a part of this garbage," and they all left. In the middle of Dragon Age being made, because they didn't want to make that type of game. And that's what happened with Mass Effect Andromeda. Everybody got pulled off to work on this Anthem game that they wanted to make Andromeda good. And then they saw a bunch of that's when I think Casey left, was in the middle of Anthem, right?
He left right before that, I think.
Yeah, it was. So I don't know.
Because you're right. Because I think
he got moved to Anthem because his team got moved. Yeah. And that's why everybody freaked out about Andromeda, because they're like, well, the main good people that are going to make the new Mass Effect just got put on this Anthem game. And then the people making the Anthem's like, yeah, I don't really care. I mean, I'm not going to put my heart and soul, passion. If you leadership wise, if you instill passion in people, they'll work overtime. They'll do whatever because they want to make the best thing, because they're invested in it, mentally, soulfully, and they want to make it good. That everything else doesn't matter. But when you force them to do something that they don't want to do, that's when that stuff happens, which has been the last 5 years of gaming.
Yeah.
And you get this.
That's all the baby games.
Wait, why did they throw Until Dawn in there? That was actually really good.
Well, it's a remake of something.
The remake flop.
Good. The remake. The thing about the remake is they didn't have enough money as a studio to do anything else. They're like, let's remake it with $5.
Gotcha. Okay. So, other things. Anyone play Subnautica?
Subnautica. So I started it, and I really wanted a good story, but I couldn't make enough air things to not die. So that was
so it is a grind. Subnautica 2 got announced. They threw the trailer out there, and they are also making it co-op multiplayer, which is what Subnautica 1 should have been in the first place.
That is what it needed. They needed someone. So survival games, 7 Days to Die, low story. I let everybody grind and take all this stuff, and they put them in those little boxes. And then I just make dance studios and dance floors with a DJ booth so people can dance, and then they can kill the zombies. That's how I play survival games.
Yep.
So microtransactions in Subnautica.
Speaking of,
are you serious?
No, I just wanted to see that. I just wanted.
I just how you can even do that?
I was like, is it their scuba mask?
Different flippers.
No, but seriously, this. So the theme of tonight, if you haven't picked up on it, and because of the ticker down below us, is micros.
Yeah. Yep.
Throne in Liberty, which I have been playing the crap out of, and hit 50 on one character. I'm 36 on the other. It actually does have micros in it because it's an MMO and things like that. But really, guys, how do we get out of this mode of the gotcha? Right? I mean,
Bring
we
back
had it in
loot boxes.
Overwatch, Battlefront 2 when it first came out. I mean, pretty much
Someone
almost
said
every
it.
game has it.
Someone said it earlier. You need to ban it because honestly, it's gambling. And so this is my same take as like OnlyFans. Like these chicks on things, they take people that are underage and they put them in an overage situation. OnlyFans gambling that needs to be either age locked or banned, just like you would if you were gambling in a state. Like if it's banned 18 plus, it needs to be the same way, and they need to
That's
lock
smart.
that down.
I mean, well, here's the other thing, and our generation is notorious for this. When you wanted to preview or buy a mature game, 9 times out of 10 it didn't matter. But now it asks for a birth year. How do you lock in something unless unless your parent sets it up for you? Which 9 times out of 10, some parents are like, "Oh, I don't know," and the kid's like, "I know how to do it. Don't worry," and then they do it. But at the same time, it's
Yeah.
like, we get it. There are things that are a safe net to where it's like, hey, can you verify age? Anyone can click a drop down or whatnot. There's nothing
Yep.
that can literally verify you or your age unless
wrong.
someone looks at your
That's-
ID.
Exactly. But here's the thing.
It's
Have you ever
basically a fake ID.
No, well, how many people have fake IDs? Not many. But
Well, not anymore, 'cause
OnlyFans,
we don't
I'm gonna
need
tell
it.
you this because I tried to make a feet OnlyFans to see how much money I'd make. Swear to God, they make.
Wow.
They
Wait,
no, I was
say
gonna
it
make
again.
money.
Say it again. You made a what?
No, I didn't make one, but I was gonna, and I was
I
like,
thought
"What
you
is
said you
this?"
made an
Oh my
So
OnlyFans.
no,
gosh.
they make you upload a copy of your driver's license. Same thing if I mean,
Yeah.
well, depends what state you are in, but generally you have to have an ID to vote. But if you live in a state that's like not whatever, but I'm just saying like you have to have an ID, right? That's how you verify it. So you have to upload a picture of it. So that's how you would do it. They just don't want to implement it because here's the problem: you implement something that makes it harder for people to play your games, then those people won't play your games. You make less money for the shareholders. Same thing with politics. You make it harder for people to vote, less people will vote, and then you won't get as many votes. That's bottom line. It's the same thing. So that's why they haven't implemented it, just like cheats. A lot of companies don't take off the cheats, like they don't crack down on cheaters, because if you have a multiplayer game where people are paying money for your skins and they can cheat to get those skins for free instead, they don't want to crack down on those because then they'll have less player base.
Interesting. Yeah.
But here's the other thing. What about microtransactions or battle pass transactions that are actually legitly freaking cool? We get those.
The finals. You ever played the finals?
Yeah,
I
not
can't
playing
play
it 'cause
ranked.
the cheaters.
Cannot play ranked because 100% cheaters. I have to have a cheat to
Same with
actually
Call of
play,
Duty.
be on the same playing level as them. That's why I never play ranked.
So like if you look at ranked Call of Duty, you'll notice you never see pro players up there anymore because they got sick and tired of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
So
stupid.
many
Like,
cheaters. Yeah.
like how are like here you are
Because the
putting
people that
hours-
make the game are the ones that make the cheats. I don't know if you know that. Because you ever played? I know you've seen pro games, like when they do the pro games, all of the things that they see, so you can see through the walls, you can see the other players. Those are things that the creator makes for esports. They make the cheats for the games that the people pay money for that cheat, so they can have a bigger player base. Because if you have a 12-year-old that's crying that some 30-year-old guy in his mom's basement that's whooping his ass, that's why they're so mad. Because they don't have
this though. How when you want to break into this and you want to go to an event.
Sorry. If this
you
is
don't
PG, I promise. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I mean, like it gives an idea of showing map, because you can learn a lot from watching professional video game competitions.
Oh, you can.
And on the codcasting, the reason why I like it, the reason why we use it when we did tournaments through No Life, was because we could show the full team arrow wise and how they how they play certain maps on certain game modes, search and destroy, certain maps, whatever. You can see all their arrows, and then you can go to their first person view or their third person view per player on each team. But I mean, it sucks because that is something that basically goes through the coding and everything of gaming, where look what happened with 2019, and an ex-formal employee sold the engine to MW19, but yet we couldn't put MW2, MW3 on a whole different engine. We had to use the same net code for that. Like
what is it? Easy cheat? Easy not cheat? Easy what?
You can pretty much. Well, I know
Easy cheat, yeah.
Easy
apparently
cheat
Activ-
is so easy to cheat on because that they make their own cheats.
Well, the crazy thing is Activision apparently just did a lawsuit for a couple. I don't know if it was a couple mil or whatever, but I was like, that's not going to stop. And two,
Well, but they're the worst. Battlefield 1 was the time I stopped. Like that was the last Battlefront or Battlefield I played because 100% cheaters. We asked them to stop letting the cheaters be cheaters. You know what they responded to? I don't even have the email anymore, but they're like, we do not condone cheating. However, we have no system in place to ban whatever.
To stop cheaters.
Well,
Yeah.
wow.
The minute I saw that, I was like, well, I'm done. Battlefield. Done.
Well, not only that, I don't know if you guys heard today, but there was a $250,000 Warzone 2v2 tournament going on. Do you want to know how many pro teams were accidentally banned because of Ricochet today?
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
They finally, within like 4 hours, they had to postpone the tournament to get the players back their accounts. And everyone's over here like, dude, do better. Like, how about instead of building this so-called anti-cheat that you have, invest in anti-cheat.
Yeah.
Huh.
They're in like
It's
Valorant.
basically
Valorant
another.
has anti-cheat, and you'll come across one or two, but again, because of how they do their game, this is why the VCT is one of the highest performed, one of the best games for esports right now. Like, they have elevated like the opening ceremony, the teams that get announced when they come out, the arena, how it looks and everything, how they set the stage up, all the fancy things. They kind of took a little thing from Halo. Now they have the cosplay competitions per day on people that dress up as characters from Valorant.
Oh, they got cheats though too. They get those.
They
got
do,
the fake. Yes.
But I come across less cheating in Valorant for a free to play game than any other free to play game. And
they're not going to fix it, dude, because it's another micro for them. They make money from it. So,
that's the problem. Eliminate micros. You won't have cheats. That is the solution. And you also make it not free to play. If you pay $50 to $100 for a game and you get banned, it hurts. You pay free for a game and you get banned, you just make another account for free. But it doesn't matter.
But my thing is this: if we're paying for a copy of the game, it should be like Counter-Strike. You get free Counter-Strike. Oh yeah, you're going to deal with a lot of hackers. But if you pay for the game, that anti-cheat's going to keep all of that out.
Or just do like GTA did, right? Like back in the day, GTA, what they did is they would let people cheat, and then they'd just put all the cheaters in one server, in the same server, and just like let them have fun cheating against each other.
Yeah.
And that
no. But what that does is splits your player base. That'll split your player base, and also will make the little 12-year-olds that are like, I cheat so I win, not cheat so they win. They cheat so they're even. That is the problem with the microtransactions, because what happens is you have these battle passes, right? And all these people day one, they're already at the end of the battle pass. Why? Because they cheated and got there for free. It's the same reason why when you watch these Korean games that have all these gotcha things, if they pay a bunch of money, they get to the end and they're like, oh, this guy's got a fancy outfit. Everybody look at him. So he's I got a big E penis. That's why they should not have microtransactions and should not have free games.
Well,
that's why I don't like Fortnite.
Like COD, like you get a brand new gun that comes out and it's always OP, and so everybody buys it. You know, it's like
and then they
Black Ops 6
or like the Rose skin. Like no one can see it.
Like
is that the tree
skin later on?
The tree skin?
No, that's Groot, the Groot skin. But like
that was no one could see that either.
You couldn't see it, and so everyone bought it. And then like 2 months later, they're like, "Oh yeah, we just realized that, so we fixed it." And it's like, well, you already made your money.
That makes me think.
You just realized it. You had. Are you just like throwing stuff in the game and saying, "Well,
no"? I'm telling you, it's planned.
There was a skin
that makes sense
in Call of Duty that the auto aim would go to their chest or their legs instead of their head, and it showed cheaters. What skin was that? I just saw it on a video where it was like the auto aim.
It was a ghost skin.
Yeah, it would go to their feet. And they're like, oh, they're a cheater because you could call them out because that's where their auto aim would go.
Yeah.
I
honestly, Deadlock launch an anti-cheat that basically humiliates the cheater.
Yeah.
It should
basically turns the cheater into a frog, and so everyone knows who the cheater is. And that's pretty funny.
It's a freaking that's old school, man. That's the old school cheat.
See,
right
look
there.
at even That was before the split screen.
Dude, that's
Well,
that's
those
what
full
someone
screen
needs to do is do an old school board game and set up some kind of microtransaction.
Scan this.
This is
Scan this QR
on the
code.
same subject, but different.
Yeah.
I don't know if it will have microtransactions, but I can almost certainly guarantee it will. There's a new Marvel trailer came out recently, Marvel Mystic Mayhem. It looked really awesome. The gameplay reminded me of X-Men Legends from like the 360 days. I was like, oh, are they bringing this game back? That style, I've been so looking forward to it since I never played those back in the day.
Like Marvel
I
Ultimate Alliance.
Messaged, what's up?
Like Marvel Ultimate Alliance. Is that what you mean by X-Men Legends?
Yeah, that's one. Yeah, Ultimate
Oh, okay.
Alliance, X-Men
Okay.
Legends was like around that same time.
Yeah.
I messaged me, I was like, dude, you got to react to this. It's so cool. And then I dug into it for the next minute. It's a mobile game.
Yeah. I
And I'm like,
it's
this is going to be microtransaction ridden.
it looks
out the
cool,
wazoo.
but it's like it's definitely going to be like micro-y.
Like I said, there's games that have perfected on how microtransactions work, and I love it. And then there's games that try to mimic it but put their twist on it, and you're kind of like, why? Halo, I don't buy the battle passes because 90% of everything you can do for free. You just pay the money to get the extra 15% of what you can't get. So I mean, in a way, like, my thing is this: if you want to pay for whatever to have, as long as it doesn't up your stats, you just want the skin, cool, microtransactions. Or if it's a game that's towards, like, let's say, Diablo 4 DLC.
Well, that's what Taylor said earlier, like cosmetic only transactions. How do y'all feel about that for micros? Are you okay with micros for stuff like that? Or
Yeah, I'm
If
fine
I
with
pay
it.
full price for a game, there should be no micros. Period. There
That's
should be a
a fair point.
DLC.
Like
Should be a DLC. However, it's free to play. Micros are good, but no, I don't want a free to play game ever. I want a game that you spent time on, that you had passion in, and you know what? All the like, how did it was like how Gears of War did it. Your cosmetics came from achievements in the game, not from money.
Yep. I mean, that's how we got cheats for GoldenEye 007 on N64 and most other games.
We had a Game Genie.
Well, no, I mean, well, besides that,
Game
but I'm
Genie,
just saying,
Game
like,
Shark.
I remember that.
But there was
But you
also
paid for the Game Shark.
yeah, but at the same time, like, it wasn't cheats that was like, oh, auto aim. It was cheats where you're like, paintball mode. Oh, this guy's got a giant head. Oh, I made him really small with giant head. Or, oh, look, they're all chickens. Like,
Oh, you
it
had to
was
be like
fun.
all Secret Service, like elite, like you didn't know what the like / whatever the code was, like in Doom.
Yeah, or like I said, in GoldenEye 007, complete this difficulty on 00 Agent.
And you get that,
amount of time,
yes.
and you can get double
Exactly.
golden guns, or you can get DK mode. You can get
That's how those should be unlocked. But that's the thing though. There should be no free to play games. I think free to play games have ruined the marketplace because people do spend more money on free to play games, but it's because they're a trap. It's because they are, like what we just said, bejeweled. There's a certain level where you need to there's a paywall and you have to pay money to continue on the game. That's the problem.
So,
And
here's
that's
another one. No microtransactions. You can for certain things, but you don't have to. Tarkov now has a thing where, as long as you've hit a certain level with your PMC, as long as you have enough rep with the person that you would buy armor or like bags and stuff. His name's Ragman. When you unlock certain things, and for in-money currency, whether it's USD, Euro, or Ruples, you can actually change the outfit of what your PMC wears. But you have to progress in the game to unlock other stuff or do certain things, and it's actually really cool. Like, I get what's Turbo. Again, it's going to depend on the game, because I feel like if every game does the same, you kind of get burnt out. It's like, well, you have a Steam library. How many games do you grind out of that Steam library?
I don't like grind. No one likes grind. Stop grind. No remakes.
But
see, I'm kind of like, I'm okay with some micros and a little bit of a grind, but if it becomes like fetch quests and it becomes pay to win, that's where I draw the line.
Or like Halo, when you wanted those cheats, you had to find the skulls in certain maps.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Or like the old school Modern Warfare 2, where you had to go through way more to get a golden skin, like on your gun. like it's actually through achievements, not just like, oh, I just did these little quest things, you know. So it's like, man, I don't know, man. It's just I'm kind of like I don't like micros, but I'm okay with some. Like I'm actually okay with battle passes, long as they actually have good loot, because
Well-
those are not super expensive and they can still help like developers fund future games and things like that.
But battle
like-
passes encourage cheating, so you can get through them quicker.
Yeah, I mean, you're always going to have
that's
people
part
like
of the
that.
root of
That's
the
a fair
problem
point.
of cheats.
I rarely buy battle passes anymore because 9 times out of 10 there's no good battle pass to me where I'm like, ooh, I
Yeah,
gotta
a lot of
have
them are
it.
not
Like,
great.
honestly,
Well, you want to know
like-
the secret of the battle pass?
complete
what
the
they do
battle
it-
pass, then buy it.
No, what they do is your first battle pass, right? You buy it like with real money, but you make enough money through the battle pass to buy the next battle pass. That's their secret.
Yeah.
That's their secret.
Have you played Apex recently?
No, because I play
Yeah.
Oh, they're
games full of
terrible.
cheaters like finals.
Yeah,
no,
I don't play
Apex.
Apex.
Apex changed their whole entire. Normally, it used to be you buy the battle pass, complete it, you get the currency for it. Call of Duty already does that. Like that's
Call of Duty gave you enough currency to buy your next one every time.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
the
even-
thing
even
with
if you didn't
Apex
buy
is
the battle
skins are like $50. So it's
Have you played Valorant, Mule?
no, I played it
I
for
feel
like
like
20
we should all
minutes.
play Valorant with Jedi and let them carry us.
No, don't let me carry you. I just want you to
We'll
look.
just
into
turn on the
I just-
cheats so
I
they
just
don't
want you to- I just
deny
want
us
you
and
to look-
we can do good.
I just want you
Yeah.
to look at when one knife costs $90. A knife skin costs $90.
Oh, dude, you know how
No.
many Counter-Strike skins I've sold? Like they sell like a box. This is crazy. Like I played Counter-Strike way back in the day, and I have all these OG boxes like from day one, right? Like when people play Magic cards, and the
Yeah.
next expansion was the like Anvil. It was called like Artifact or something. It's
Yeah.
the same thing. So I have like OG Counter-Strike boxes, and they go for like 11 cents on their thing. I sell them for $30. Swear to
Yeah.
God.
Yeah,
And
but you can't do
some
that in
dumb
Valorant.
person along the lines like, well, there must be something special in here, and then they buy it. Takes
It's
a
an
couple months.
Dude,
But
it's a gambling addiction.
that's the problem. It shouldn't be allowed. I think it's horrible. I think
But
people
my-
that gamble.
But
Mhm.
here's my thing. How you guys spend your money does not affect my life. So that's what they're looking at it. If you have a problem
Yeah,
with
it's-
spending on microtransactions to where it
I
becomes a
got you.
problem, it doesn't affect my life. I don't wake up going, oh God, freaking.
But it affects their
Neil.
family that they sold the house and the keys and the dog and the sister,
well,
and then
they,
that sister doesn't have a family.
well, they should have put their foot down and had a conversation with this person, or like
So we're
again,
saying, it's what we're saying.
again.
It's like there needs to be an age limit. Like they're 18 or 21. It's just like
well,
alcohol. I
it's
think
like
there needs to
why
be an
are
age limit.
12-year-olds playing COD? You
It-
know,
Dude, but you have to tell someone that you're banging their mom. Like there has to be a kid in the room. I'm not even lying. Like there
No,
has to be.
it-
There's this guy that plays.
I can
I'm not
vouch
even
on
lying.
Trevor.
I digress. But there's this guy that does YouTube videos that has a kid voice on Voice Meter or Voice Mod or something, and
Yeah.
he talks to these guys, and he's so funny. He's so funny, but he's really good, and you can watch his streams, and he not streams, but his videos. He has hacks because he'll like zoom in, shoot like not even close, and get a headshot. But it's so
yeah.
funny the way he does it, and it makes it funny because he's a kid and people think he's a kid.
that is pretty good. What about time savers? Like Taylor says here, you okay with time savers? Like where
Time
it's not
savers,
actually like
Like an MMO where you can XP
Yeah.
through faster. I think that's a good thing ish because the time saver needs to be not does not make your character better. That's the problem. Because if you can XP up, I think XP ups are bad. I honestly like
Yeah, I don't like those.
I think XP ups are bad because the person that has the most money and it only affects. Here's the difference. It only affects. Sorry, I'm talking a bunch, but it only
you're good.
affects.
that's why you're here.
I love IPAs. Sorry, only affects people. By the way, the last one I had was Elysian Contact Haze. Did I have another one of those? No. This one is
He's losing count here.
Space Dust is the last one I had. All right.
Oh my
So anyways, but what happens is it only affects people in the first couple months of the game, right?
Yeah.
Because after that, it kind of evens out. But in the first couple months of the game, if someone's got an XP boost, just like people who have a 3 or 4 day pre-order bonus to get into the game early, they're way ahead of people
So
when they
far
first
ahead.
start in. That's when it's a PvP type of game that have leaderboards, that's bad. When it's not, doesn't matter, right? Like MMO, like Throne Liberty, it doesn't even matter. But if it's like something that's like PvP based with a leaderboard, that's the problem.
Yeah.
That's why Nintendo got rid of their leaderboard.
Good. Because
No, I don't
two-year-olds
really-
don't need a
no,
leaderboard. 2-year-olds don't need a leaderboard.
Right?
But they do need trophies only for the winners, though. Only for the winners.
Only for the winners.
Only for the winners. Losers do not need trophies. And dude, Japanese know this. Dude, they're like, dude, you flunked out of the 13th whatever platinum whatever we're doing. Go back to the lower grade of school. Learn the violin.
Yeah.
Okay,
Outlaws.
Dude, that was a travesty there where you get in early, pay to get in early, and then they do an update and they're like, oh, by the way, you're gonna lose.
Dude,
Oh my
that
god,
was
I saw that. I
terrible.
felt so bad for all the people that paid like $130 for a game that
Yep.
was garbage, but also just like reset all their stuff. Oh my god.
What
Double
blows my mind
whammy.
is how micro-y this game is. Like, I say micro-y because it was like 100 and whatever bucks, and then you have the
Dude,
DLC and
It
stuff.
was double what a game should cost.
But like, the thing that gets me is I've seen on X people saying, "Oh, it's my game of the year." I'm like,
How?
Well, it's because they
serious,
play Fortnite.
man.
No, it's because they play Fortnite. It's the people that buy 4090s that play Fortnite. It's the same people. Because they play a game that doesn't matter, and then they play a game that's like an actual game. Oh my god, this
Not
might be
most
better.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Early.
But-
This is a fair point too. Go ahead, keep going. Turbo.
No, it brings me back. It brings me back because I will tell you right now. So my parents got divorced when I was in like 7th grade, right? That's right about when the N64 came out. So the next year, my dad was trying to impress me, so he bought me. I was like, I love N64 because I like MechWarrior and like PC stuff, and he bought me a PC too. I was like, oh my god, he's really trying to buy my love. It's awesome. But anyways,
microtransactions.
no. You know, dude, I did the math. You know how expensive an N64 was when it launched?
Wasn't
Yeah.
it?
My
only
dad bought me
$100
one
or $90?
N64, Star Fox, and that Star Wars game, whatever that was that sucked.
Yeah,
But
Empire Strikes Back. I think it was.
It
or
only
Empire
sucked because it
something.
was so hard. No, it wasn't Empire Strikes Back. It was like some dude
Phantom
that was
something.
a bounty hunter.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that was hard.
No, it's so hard. And it was like that's why I like IG-88 because he was the badass in that. But the thing is those three things, the console and those two games cost, and I think he bought me Mario 64. Anyways, cost $700. Okay, so the games themselves were $75 to $85. Like people are talking about, like, oh, why can't they be that? Dude, it's because you brought them down. It's not that they cost more. It's just you were making more profit back then. You're making less profit now. What you should do is just like put out better games, and then you can charge more. But you're not putting better games, and you're charging more, and people just are backlashing.
Yeah. It's like
Sorry,
I mean,
that's my rant.
no, you're good. I mean, it makes it because like all these, like especially like early access, like it's just a money grab, man. I completely
Oh.
agree, Nate.
Oh my god, Nate!
Like-
early access. You know what grinds my gears more than anything is someone puts an early access game out and then it never comes out. Kerbal Space Program 2. I loved the first one, and the second one was hot garbage because I watched a video on this today too. So I've been watching a lot of YouTube. The thing
Oh, you
is people don't like games launched that are half-assed, right? They don't like games that are not fully done. So what they do is they'll launch a game in early access that's like garbage, and then they're like, well, we don't have money to finish it, so we'll take everybody's money to early access and then we'll close it down. Radical Heights, I don't know if you guys know this game, one of the best BRs ever made. I don't care what you say, Valorant people, or Valorant's not BR, but PUBG or whatever. Radical Heights was one of the best BRs ever made. However, $15 early access, closed it down in a month and a half. I was like,
Wow.
Dude.
what? But it is the best BR experience I've had in my entire life.
Isn't
Not even
that
lying.
something?
I wish the servers were still back up, but it was awesome.
Wow.
Ghost in
Man,
the
oh.
Shell. Ghost in the Shell made a game early access. Closed it down.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, it was so good. It was like an arena shooter. Oh, it was so good. Dirty Bomb was another one. Early access, shut it down. All three games were amazing. Would have been better than all the garbage they put out now, and they shut them down.
Isn't that something?
Well, like
Mhm.
like what Nate said, like we're unfortunately old school gamers living in a new age, and unfortunately, microtransactions are going to be around for a while. And like I said, I'm 50-50 with them. It depends on the game, depends on what it is. Fortnite, they took my, oh, I didn't pay for Deadpool. Never mind. Other than that, that's pretty much all I paid for. Everyone has normally gifted me stuff on there, which I feel is weird when I ever do play it, which is never because it's been uninstalled for a while. But sometimes when someone's like, oh, come on, just come play, I'm like, fine, I'll do it for a little bit and I'll install it. And they say, no, I'm like, oh, a gift. And I'm like, dude, where's all this coming from? I was like, why would you spend money to give this to me on this game? And I'm not even streaming it.
Of all people.
Yep.
Like,
So
I'm just like, oh, okay, this is cool. Like, thank you. But I'm like, I don't play this enough to where like I'm really going to use these skins. Like anytime I boot up, I'm always in the Deadpool skin because it's the only skin that I
it's
like.
a cool one.
Like, don't get me wrong, the Star Wars events, like, okay, so Fortnite's brilliant with what they did, besides the fact that they shut down a game. But I think Fortnite has done something different for BRs. I like the no build mode. Why? Because if I shoot at you, I don't feel like I have to knock on your castle door and say, hey, can you stop being a chicken and come down here and duel me? It's dawn and we're playing with pistols. So I'm just.
Yeah, but one of you are a fish head and the other one's like Star Wars.
I mean, they're brilliant for what they get to bring in, but
Mando
again,
would totally kill a fish head. Just saying.
But I'm just thinking too, like with the licensing thing, like look at when they do the live concerts. Like the Marshmallow event was pretty cool. Like that was like a free concert in itself, but at the same time, they have to charge what they charge for their microtransactions because look at what they bring to the table with it. Marvel,
Yeah, they reinvested.
like I'm telling you, like they're reinvesting back in it because like licensing fees. How much do you think they paid in licensing fees? That's including
Astronomical.
music, that's including Marvel. What else have they done?
Marvel, Star Wars.
Yep.
And guess what? They can, because I don't know what their contracts are with everything. What happens if they get a Warner Brothers one? What if they bring in Batman or Superman or Beetlejuice or something along those lines? You know.
Well, what's the difference? What's the difference? Think about Star Wars or any of the games in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, right? You're not allowed to advertise to kids anymore. That's why Saturday morning cartoons went away. But in Fortnite, you can advertise to kids. You can sell them instead of action figures. You're selling them skins. That's the difference.
It's nothing physical they'll ever have.
That's different.
Yeah.
That's the difference. You're selling them skins instead of action figures because it's legal to do it that way because it's video game and way less unregulated than licensing action figures and such. That's the difference.
Yeah.
That's why they're doing it that way, which is fine. But it just, like, example, Fortnite. I don't care what they do with Fortnite because that's for 12-year-olds. So I don't play Fortnite because I don't like to play video games with 12-year-olds, except for Call of Duty. They like to talk stuff to their self. But anyways, it's the thing. The thing is it's they're games that are meant for kids, right? So give them what they want, but don't let them gamble for it. Because I think if you gambled for that, that's just like these chick streamers. They're like, oh, come to my stream, and then I'm gonna time out. Send you to my OnlyFans. Like that's horrible. I
want to pause you on that. Mule, you've got kids and you've let them play Call of Duty.
Yes, but I play with them.
Okay.
And they're good. They're so good.
What do you do? Do you put them in a regular voice party in game, or do you let?
Like I want Xbox. No, we do an Xbox party chat, and they don't have any access to any.
Okay.
Anything else?
Because he's a good dad.
No, I know.
Other people.
I know. What I'm doing is I'm making a point. Is can parents be the contribution of not knowing what their kid is playing because they just think it?
Oh yeah, 100%. They just just play this. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
Well, but Mule's.
I think the difference is
I'm not throwing any.
I play games, so I know. Like,
I know.
You know exactly. But I have friends that are good parents that spend time with their kids, and they're great kids. I have also friends that have kids that they don't spend time with their kids, and they let their kids, someone else teach their kids how to be kids, and then they're not good. And that's the difference between being a good parent and a bad parent. You don't have to be overbearing, but you just have to. If you're the example and you're spending time with them, they turn out all right.
Yeah, it goes a long way. Absolutely.
Yep. That was the other thing I was getting at is like because the other thing is how many times have you been voice banned on Call of Duty yet so far, Turbo?
Never, 100% never, and I still talk trash,
Dude,
and I still bang their mothers.
I got a
every
3-day
day.
I got a 3-day voice ban for coming back to Warzone on PC, and I was
That's
like,
because you're good. It's because you're. Here's the difference. It's because you're
but I
good.
barely
I'm
talked
not
to
good,
them.
but when
And
I
then-
win that one, I'm like yes. But when I don't, if you were like owning them, that's how I got banned on Xbox Live. Okay, sorry, I digress. Xbox original OG Xbox,
Cool.
the one OG. I was Naked Teats. This is where it came from. Needed to make a name, and it was Naked Teats. And then I was owning some kid at like Call of Duty or something, and I was talking trash about his mom, and then I got banned. Next day, I called some Indian guy on Microsoft. I was like, I'd like to tell you, you cannot have that name. It is disrespectful. And I'm like, what? Anyways, that's where it came from. And it was only because I was doing good and I was wrecking them. But because I'm not good, it works okay. It's fine. No one cares.
There you go. Balance. Always balance.
Yeah, there's balance in the force. Just
Okay.
you're
Speaking
too
of
good,
games-
Jedi. You're too good, man. You see him tone it
Oh,
down.
we lost Will.
I barely talk though. That's the crazy thing. I said one thing because I fell and broke my legs and went down, and I told my teammate, I was like, "This guy's
Help me,
about
I'm
to,
bleeding.
this guy's about to poop on me." And next thing I know, they go, "We
Don't
can't
let
hear
him
you."
poop on you, man. Don't let him poop on you.
Okay,
'Cause that's
I wanna-
gross.
I want to see what this Archage Chronicles is because I don't know anything about it.
Oh
So
no,
this
it's-
one caught
it's
my
funny.
eye.
Let me
oh,
pull this up.
mule.
But my
video
camera,
number
I think,
2.
died. So let
Yeah,
me pull this
something.
up.
Oh, you got video number 2, camera number 2, camera 1, camera 2.
Yeah, I know, right?
Wayne's World. Who knows that? Come
So-
on, camera 1, camera 2.
Check this out.
Why
So
is he looking at
Prime,
camera
this
4?
is something you said that we all need to
Yes.
check out. So what is
It's
this?
an MMO, but the
wanna see
gameplay
the-
looks
I wanna see the-
very
yes.
single player RPG,
Let's watch it.
and that got my attention.
Can we
Can't
do
hear it,
audio?
but-
I don't think we'll.
I haven't seen it yet.
Well, I didn't want to put the audio because sometimes it gets me like
It,
Hyped
it-
up.
Oh, I
This
got
is
you.
so good. Okay, I got you.
The combat
looks
reminds
really
me of
good.
Crimson Desert.
Crimson Desert, isn't it about like time travel?
Somewhat.
Or is that Chrono something? Oh man, if they only made like a AAA Chrono Trigger, oh my god.
Oh, by the way, Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross games on Game Pass right now.
So yeah, let's get into combat now. And you can tell this looks a lot more
Is it
single
gonna be-
player,
is it gonna be
smooth,
Dark Souls
fast compared to like Thrones and Liberty compared to New World.
Well, it looks like you need like 4 more players to help you out because these guys look hard. Like you should have friends.
right.
This would be way more fun with friends.
I'm gonna roll the dice if I want to get this game. 1 second. I just got brand new D&D dice because I've been playing a lot of D&D.
Dude, I keep telling my friends I want to play D&D. I've never played it except for one time. I was at a friend's house, and I was like, okay, I'll make a character sheet. And then I kept drinking, and then I played Wolfenstein 3D. I was like, no.
Anyway, I'm not big on MMOs. This one caught my eye. I was like, okay, I knew there's some MMO guys in the Discord, so I shared it. And
I like MMOs and then I get burnt out on it. But okay,
That's-
if I roll higher
Well,
than a
every time.
17, I'll think about getting this game.
I will tell you,
yeah,
MMOs
not
need to
happening.
learn a lot from Star Wars: The Old Republic. They need story, and every quest you do, there's a deal. Oh wait. Second best DLC. First best DLC is Cyberpunk: Phantom Liberty. Second one is The Eternal Throne for Star Wars: The Old Republic. One of the best DLCs I've ever played in my life because it wasn't fetch quests. 100% of the quests were to progress the story, and it was an amazing story. Better than like any Star Wars movie I've seen in the last 20 years. Like the OG Star Wars are good, and then the Eternal Throne is the next best Star Wars story ever.
So this looks pretty decent. Again, that was
Yeah.
just it looked
well, I
like
mean,
a
it's
trailer. It
it's
looked like
definitely
trailer.
wait and see. Sure.
It looks good. I'm scared about cacao because it sounds like you're like,
Yeah.
that's the worst chocolate bar ever. Cacao. But I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like, that
It looks good, though.
they're a developer that's known for shutting down studios. However, you can't shut down something that's good, and that looks good.
I mean,
Yeah,
Yes.
it looks good. The
Oh,
the only
Phil's
other
back.
thing, I had to switch out. My camera battery died for some reason.
You have a battery in your camera. Why do you have a battery in your
What?
camera?
I know I need to get a Phantom one.
Oh
but-
no! What you need is so I'm going to tell you right now. It's what I have in mind. It's a battery pack thing that goes into your battery pack, and it's got a cable that goes down to a power pack, and it goes in your plug-in.
Yeah, it's like a
100%.
Get a
phantom.
power pack for your.
Is that what you call it? Well,
controller.
it's
Yeah, it's
awesome.
a phantom. What you call it?
Awesome. That's what it is. And you never.
This looks great.
Okay, so
This looks cool.
Okay,
What up,
so
Block?
The
I don't know
Bile
why-
Titan
I don't
comes to
know why-
Space Marine 2.
I don't know why people are getting super butthurt about some weapons or things that got nerfed in this game, and I'm like,
Probably
dude,
because
Well,
the
no one
weapon that got
used the
nerfed,
Melta. No one used the Melta. No one cares.
I did all the time.
He's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
this is my best thing I ever used." No, but seriously, like this looks awesome, dude. I'm so stoked. Anybody want to play it? Today's FPS Friday. Let's do this.
I'll play tonight.
Let's do it. I'll do it with you. I mean, that
I'm-
sounded horrible, but
I
whatever.
I need to get back.
want
I haven't
to
played it in a
play.
while, man.
I played it when it
Right,
first came
literally
out.
took over
beat
my
the
life.
campaign, and then, dude, the multiplayer reminds me so much of
Of
Gears.
Gears.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
Not
haven't
Gears 5 because Gear 5 is full of
Oops.
cheaters,
Oh, what's
but
that? What was that?
it's some
What?
old dude. No, that's the dude that does that
What was the
HBO
Jedi
show.
Knights? Bring it back. Bring it back. I want to see
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a
you
horrible
wanna
movie.
see-
No one cares.
it. I want to see the art.
You want to see? Well, no, this was like a comic, I think.
That's okay. Bring it back.
Our bro, Stupendous Wave. A new comic series just announced, following the Jedi before the Phantom Menace.
Did you guys hear that the remake of KOTOR is still on?
Yeah, I hear it's on and off, but
No, it's
I
on.
don't
It,
know.
they are not finished.
Who's
It was
doing
just
it?
some YouTube person that was like, "Oh, it's not happening anymore," but it is.
it was bogus.
Yeah.
Re-
it's still
Why
going.
did they take down their trailers then? Because you can't find their
Well,
trailers
because it's gonna be
anywhere.
way better than their trailers. Their trailers were garbage. I'm just kidding. Their trailers were fine. But I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I just made that up.
See, that's how it works.
That's exactly what happened. Why people thought it wasn't happening no more. It's gonna be good. Don't worry. It'll
Yeah.
be good.
Oh, Space Marine 2 got a 2 and 4K texture pack. Let's go.
Yeah.
Free
So-
DLC.
Darth Maul game.
I-
Who's making the Darth Maul game?
Well,
that
about?
it got axed a long time ago. It was supposed to come out almost around the N64 year,
That's so
And-
long ago.
and then it was supposed to be a PS2, Xbox 360 game, and then they just axed the whole thing. They
Yeah.
completely. It's kind of like if you have an N64 box from when you got the console. If you flip over the back, there was like another style, like almost like Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong Racing kind of thing. Never came out,
Yeah.
but no, it had high hopes, and then
Jedi, who's smashing people in the background?
my
I want to
buddy's
know. I
wife,
want to know.
it's delicious dinner.
Bring her
It's
in.
dinner time. It's dinner time, man.
I can't bring my buddy's wife on here.
Come on, do it. Come on.
She's cooking dinner.
Come on, do it.
So, anyways, I think that
Sure.
about covers it for tonight. So we can do first person shooter for Turbo.
Anyways, that was way more fun than if I was sober. I know.
No, that was fun, guys. Hey,
It was
by the
great.
way, anybody that wants to join us, you're free to join us. This is our community talk show podcast. So if you have a friend that wants to come on, I'm going to try to get some of our friends that we have on Twitter and
Oh, who's that
Twitch
new
and stuff like that.
Who's that new friend? Who's that new friend we brought in? Felix or Fee something?
Finch, GG's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who's
I
that?
got him in. I started following him because he plays the Forever Winner as well.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Super cool
All right.
dude. He's lives in Japan, so when I'm watching him
Yeah,
at
that-
night, that's his morning.
That
Listen,
time
I
zone will
can't-
be
I can't bring
rough.
my friends online because
He's in the future.
they're just old COD players and old school gamers that just want to.
if he comes in, I want to see his neon.
Oh,
No.
Yep.
No, Tokyo.
They just want to peep you.
oh
I get it, Jedi.
I will send a DM to my childhood best friend that works for Larian to see if maybe we can dive in and see what it's like being a dev.
Oh, dude, we should have a dev stream. I know a bunch of devs. Let's do this.
That would be fun if we can get some devs on with this. Get
Oh,
them
we
on.
get Dev Gamer in here and a couple other devs. Let's do this. Let's get Dev.
Let's-
Dev.
Like I said, I'll have to ask them because they're on a huge time zone difference because the company that makes Baldur's Gate is out of Dublin. So
So they drink plenty. We're good. Don't worry.
Yeah, Yeah, well, it'll be fun, man. It'll be
Come on,
laid
he's
back.
Irish.
We don't.
We could
We
be
have
on their
no
time
agenda
zone.
here.
We'll be on their
We're
time
just
zone.
talking video games. So
Yeah, because like right
Yep.
now he's just waking. Yeah, he's just waking up.
Oh! Before we go, I gotta say something.
Wow.
Star Citizen about MMOs and microtransactions. The king of microtransactions is Star Citizen. One of the best games on the planet. Gonna be the best MMO, space MMO on the planet. They have a announcement coming in one day. Watch it. It's gonna change the game. Everybody who's talking about it not coming out, they're gonna have an announcement. It's gonna be epic and huge. It's tomorrow, but it's Europe time, UK time, 3 a.m. Pacific.
5 a.m.
Look,
Central.
Turbo, we're gonna make gaming great again. It's gonna be
It's gonna be
huge.
the best
It's gonna be
ever.
great. It's gonna be the best games.
People
ever.
ask me why it's so good because it is good. The
People
best
try to
ever.
sell me MMOs, but MMOs are still boring.
The only
Great for a
MMO
week.
that will be best.
Yeah, with that, we're out. See you guys. Blow it up, baby.